What's up, Virgo? This is going to be your bi-weekly love check-in. This is for my Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, and for the cross watchers. Guys, on this channel we do tarot check-ins, but we also combine universal law of assumption, manifesting and consciousness. So we actually look at how you can shift the dynamic with your specific person, the connection. That is what I do here. So if you like that, then you can stick around. If you're looking for a more traditional psychic or a tarot reader or a reading, I have put links to my affiliates in the description box. Mystic Sense will give you your first 5 minutes reading free. Spiritual Blossom will give you a bonus $10 when you deposit 20. So check them out if you feel called to do so. And otherwise, if you want to follow me on social media, I've put my links over there in the description box as well. Now guys, we're going to do the check-in, the person on your mind. How do they feel about you? How do you feel about them? A projected potential. Okay, and why I say that is tying into what I've already said. All potentials exist. Universal law of assumption. My tarot readings are like a snapshot of one version of you, your specific person, and the connection that you, Virgo, have selected and manifested, are manifesting out of the infinite available right now. Creation is finished. Everything exists all at once. Everyone is you pushed out in your personal reality. Your desires are meant for you. You can have any version of anyone or anyone that you want. If you want to manifest this differently, circumstances do not matter. It just requires a shift in your state of consciousness, the version of Virgo that you're being, and your dominant thoughts and assumptions pushed out. I've also just launched a course called Shifted. So if you would like to learn more, I take you through all the fundamentals of the law and practical application to get you back into your power as the operant being in your physical reality, of which there are infinite, guys, and manifest whatever you would like. All right, Virgo, so the person on your mind, Wheel of Fortune. They're wanting to shift things positively with you. They feel fortunate about you. Let's see, Five of Cups, shifting out of Five of Cups, some losses from the past. And when it comes down to Two of Cups in the reverse. So maybe there's been some issues about feeling like there's been mutuality or reciprocity, but they'd like to shift things for the better. Let go of any losses. We've got the High Priestess in the reverse. We've got that Two of Cups in the reverse that I pointed out. We've got Seven of Cups in the reverse. Confusion and mixed feelings around house and home. And Five of Pentacles, losses. I mean, for some of you, this is a situation where there's been some issues to do with structure and really, would I say commitment as in like, because there's other energies, not so much. I would say that maybe like stability and structure, and it could actually be down to, because that Wheel of Fortune has to do often with money and finances. This person could have gone through some losses. And so there's been some issues when it comes to house and home and really committing. And that's caused some emotional turbulence. The High Priestess in the reverse. I mean, some of you, there can be coldness between the two of you and they want to come out of that. Because High Priestess can also be silence or silent treatment. So they want to shift things for the positive. The Five of Cups that I saw when I was channeling can be loss and regret. So maybe you have had some turbulence with this person. But let me see about this Seven of Cups in the reverse. Okay, Empress card in the reverse, Five of Swords in the reverse. Yes, they're all in reverse. Everything happens exactly as it's meant to, guys, in my readings, okay? Anyone that watches me regularly knows that. The cards come out perfect. There has been turbulence, Five of Swords, like clashing in tension, because there's sort of this feeling of like, Empress card in the upright would be growth and expansion, but there seems to be regrets around maybe not delivering in some kind of a way, the stability. I mean, let me see a little bit more on what's going on with this Seven of Cups and the Empress card. See, guys, I told you, everything I channel, the Wheel of Fortune came out. So they want to turn things for the better, okay? And then we've got the World card in the reverse because it seems to be that there's been issues round and round. And I think it's got to do with money and career and finances and being able to really deliver on expectation, right? Like nurture the connection. Some of you are dealing with a situation where like children are involved, or this is about, like house and home, issues to do with really stability. Let me see. Yeah, Tower card, Five of Cups, King of Pentacles. So I think you have a very loyal and stable kind of an energy. However, there's been loss. And you've had clashes with this person, at least in the recent perceived past. I mean, we can turn the energy in a moment, but this is just the check-in. They're not a robot, but there's when you shift, they shift, guys, for real. They're, you get a totally different version of the connection. But the Tower card, I mean, some of you is a person that's gone through some huge restructures when it comes to their work, their career, and losses in that department. And maybe they're not good at expressing that, and then that causes tension between the two of you. There could be a lot of fears here to do with stability. You know, I mean, I feel like this is, like I said, a loyal energy. I mean, for some of you, there's been confusion about taking it to the next level, like moving in together or purchasing a home or something like that. I mean, let's look at that High Priestess in the reverse. Yeah, impatience. Some of you, that gets like the silent treatment, like you have fights with one another and then it can get a bit like harsh or something like that. And so that's the Temperance card in the reverse, impatience. Let's see, and Page of Wands in the reverse. I know there's lots of reversals, but I told you why. This is like pettiness, like it could be that there's clashing because, you know, Page of Wands in reverse can be immature energy. Maybe you've had fights, like this person has shown up as immature in your eyes or not being responsible. But then this person's regretting that, wanting to stop going round and round in circles. For some of you, travel has been a factor. And then that's interfering with coming together in house and home. But more so, I just think that this is big life changes, the Tower card around stepping up to the plate, maturity, and like financial stability, okay? Yeah, because there's been harsh communication, like erratic communication. You could have arguments, like I said, with this person. So I think that what's not working must go. At least this is the check-in, how this person's feeling. So that is like stepping up to the plate maturely. You know, that Seven of Cups, to me, that's not about other cups around. And this High Priestess, to me, is not about secrecy or underhanded things. Like, I think this is about, you know, maybe holding back and not really communicating losses and then clashing between the two of you. I mean, like financial losses or concerns when it comes to stability and the material, and then that causes maybe a reaction, and then it's a communication issue. Okay, now easily tweakable. What is their intention? Because the World card's in the reverse. Okay, Queen of Swords. See, what did I say? There's something about round and round and Queen of Swords in reverse that can be pretty cold, hard energy. Now, I'm not giving any of you Virgos shit, guys, seriously, okay? I'm describing a dynamic. I mean, for some of you, this is like this person has a fear of not being enough. They might have had a very harsh upbringing. I mean, an Empress card in the reverse, that can also be like a mother figure. And Empress card in reverse is like the wounded feminine archetype. So it's like this person might feel like they're not good enough or something like that. And then that causes a dynamic. And then there can be financial issues at play. Now, all of these are conditions, etc. It's a dynamic. It's a momentary check-in, Virgo. And if it's not your reading, it's not your reading. Seriously, fuck it in a bucket. You don't take anything that's not yours. And even if it is, you pushed out, we can shift a dynamic and have a more preferable version of the dynamic in now, okay? Just by shifting you. So we've got Sagittarius energy, Taurus, Libra energy, Pisces energy, and I will get the oracles to kind of get a bit more idea of what all this thing is. But the Two of Cups in the reverse also is like, you know, fears around, is this mutual? It's all self-love stuff going on. So let's have a look at you, Virgo. You've got the Devil card. So maybe you have some fears. I mean, that's codependency stuff. And again, I'm not giving you shit, but it could be like this whole thing around, you know, wanting more validation, and then this person feeling, you know, not really quite up to scratch, or you feel like this person has been acting immaturely in some kind of a way or not responsible. Or if you feel like this person goes silent because they don't know how to express themselves properly, you might take that as, you know, it could trigger your insecurity. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, Knight of Cups in the reverse. You feel like there's not enough romance, not enough emotion. Easily fixable, Virgo. Oh my God, they're so romantic. They're so loving. They're so emotionally open. if you want this person to do better financially, guys, they're thriving. I mean, you literally can reselect and manifest, and the circumstances and conditions and their behaviors and the way in which they show up will shift for you, not by manipulating, stepping into version of Virgo, that one, you know, that you're the operant power, and two, your thoughts and assumptions about them, they will play it out. Test it. 7 of Wands is in the reverse, 6 of Wands is in the upright. The Wheel of Fortune. You want things to shift for the better. You don't want any more of this round and round energy or clashing. You want success. Maybe you're hoping they're going to have success because maybe it's frustrating you. But you want success in the connection. You want to, 7 of Wands in the reverse. I mean, there seems to be a little bit of a guarded energy. Maybe you assume this person's very, they pull back or they're guarded. Again, an assumption, guys. Mind your assumptions because they are playing a role. So if you start seeing this person as they always do this, they always pull back, they're so defensive, this is also defensive energy, then that's what collapses. It's one perception, so we have to shift it. No, they're not defensive at all. They're so cooperative. They're thriving. We have a perfect relationship. They give me so much attention. 6 of Wands, maybe you want attention as well. So sometimes I feel like, because the 7 of Wands in the reverse can be exhaustion as well, so it's like persist. Maybe you feel like you're carrying too much weight of the connection. So then you would say, no, they're doing that, whatever it takes to make me feel safe and secure and happy and fulfilled, and they spoil me and they're so attentive and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, there's a 5 of Wands, but it's in the reverse, so you're tired of clashing. Now, 5 of Wands can also be not just conflict and tensions between the two of you, but outside factors, and I'm really not getting so much that this is a cheating situation, like, or a triangle. I think the 5 of Wands in the reverse is like competing interests, like work, career, money, that kind of a thing. And there's that Knight of Swords. It's erratic communication because of burdens, 10 of Wands, and the communication style even could be the burden. Okay, so reactivity to one another. So if this is your reading, guys, easily fixable, again, best communication. I mean, you have to detach completely from what you have perceived and how they showed up before, and now we select preferable version of the connection. Check out my course if you're interested in going through more of this. I even have a specific person module about how we can tweak behaviors in people by literally shifting our own thoughts and assumptions about them. There's a 10 of Swords. What's all this pain? 4 of Swords, 9 of Swords. I think that's a painful cycle, guys, or painful cycles you've had with this person, harsh communication. This can also be exhaustion, like work and career, and that being a clash and a factor can be, you know, the burdens. This is trying to get past, it's 10 cards, right? Weighed down, burdens, outside factors, and then communication, like erupting between the two of you, stresses. So you want to get past the stress around that. What else do you want, Virgo, with this person? Yeah, and you want more romance and love. And you both have the Empress card in the reverse, Virgo. So you're kind of like both triggering each other's, this is like the wounded thing, not feeling very lovable, not feeling good enough, not feeling like it's very reciprocal emotionally maybe. Now, Virgo, it only takes you to be the safe and secure to say, oh my gosh, yes, I am the Empress in the upright, okay? Love is easy, this person's just pouring into me, etc., because they're character in your show. So when you shift, right, and also with your ultimate self-concept, of course, you both could have this thing where you don't, you know, like that can be, again, like a wound, but you don't need to wait for them to heal, and I don't want you to go and do shadow work around it. I just want you to step into version of Virgo that feels totally safe and secure and loved and adored and gets all of the validation and the respect, because the outside will validate, but you have to just give it to yourself, because everything is you and everyone is you pushed out. So that is the key, the Empress card in the reverse. So sometimes you also might fear that this can't grow and expand in the way that you want it to, okay? And you want also more romance and more, you know, validation, and you still want to succeed with this. So for those who want it, easily tweakable. I mean, there's a Tower card. So you could have big explosive kind of arguments, or, you know, and then there's things that are said that are regretted. And it could be all around feeling not really good enough financially or stable enough. And then there's impatience. I don't know, Virgo, I mean, yeah, like Knight of Cups. So I would focus on, if this is your reading, just scrap the book and then focus on the parts that you like, being the version of you that knows that you're Virgo, that gets exactly what you want and this is how it is, and persist and allow them to show up as the preferable version. In this check-in, which we can, you know, things are moving moment by moment. It looks like there's a Tower card, so there's some kind of like realization. I mean, this person also might be going through a big positive change financially. You know, King of Pentacles, and that's going to improve things and the connection in some kind of a way, all right? The World card, round and round. So they want to close out the round and round, it seems. And they want to get out of this tense energy. So what's this person feeling towards you? Yeah, see, look, there's hater, jealous, I mean, spiteful. It says, you know, lessons. What else? Opposites attract. You also just might be very different and you clash verbally, like your values, etc. You know what I mean? Okay, we've got X in question. Okay. So some of you, yeah, it could be that there's, so the confusion and the mixed feelings, I mean, for some of you, that could be the conflict or the tension. I'm not picking up a cheater, guys. I feel like this could be that you either both have X's in the mix, or there's an X in the mix with children, for example, or there's like, you know, jealous, like spiteful people outside of your connection, or there's jealousy in relation to other people that are involved in this situation somehow. But there's a reach out in person. You know, this person, I think, wants to talk to you, or they want to work through something, because there's exactly, it's got something to do with life falling apart, money issues. So you could be dealing with a person, Virgo, some of you, you know, this person has had issues in the past with an ex. They might have financial responsibilities, and they're tied to someone else in that way. I don't think that they are like sleeping around or doing anything underhanded like that, but losses from the past in relation to that also affects them financially, and that is impeding on your ability to have something really stable with this person. You know, legal issues has come out, or life falling apart, that's like losses financially. That could be also just in their past, but it's affecting your connection. There could be defensiveness between the two of you. Something like that. What else? Yeah, fighting. Trust issues, one-sided, detached. Also, this person, you know, if it's not about like children or any of that, you know, this could be like just a pattern, trust issues, because, you know, for example, this person could just have trust issues. You could have trust issues, right? And then this could be a recurring pattern with exes. Maybe you both do this. I mean, look, in the end, Virgo, it's your selection. So if you feel like this isn't the first time that you've had trust issues, now this person also acts up and then gets defensive, and maybe they're defensive because they have trust issues. All you need to do, I've said it to you guys, Empress card in reverse, Empress card in reverse. You just need to be the safe, secure version of Virgo and assume that they are safe and secure. Not that they have trust issues, or not that you have to have trust issues or worry. Don't need to worry. No, we're perfect. Our communication is great. Yeah, you might be aware that this person's been burned before and now they're very defensive and they act some kind of way, but then you have assumptions. You're like, oh, this person has trouble opening up. This person has lost so much that like they pull back. They have trouble communicating. Then you get frustrated. Whatever it is, Virgo, they are literally your selection. So reselect, change it. This lessons card, I mean, and karma and all of that. I mean, this could be like literally not lessons like this person's a karmic. They could have had their own tough lessons, this version, but why does that have to affect your connection? You can select the most perfect, harmonious connection right now. We're perfect. We've always been perfect. They've always shown up romantic, loving, open, If you worry that they're still somehow thinking about the ex in some kind of a way, guys, I don't think so, because that wasn't the energy. No, they don't even think about why. Don't pay awareness to that. Just be like, I'm their number one priority. I'm all they think about. We never clash. We have a perfect relationship. That's it. Sorry if that was all over the place, Virgo, but like in essence, I hope that it helped you, and I hope that if it did resonate for some of you, that it gave you some guidance. And once again, you can check out my course that I launched if you want to learn more about conscious manifesting, where I take you through everything and practical application. The link is in the bio. I have plugged it a fair bit, but I'm very proud of it. It just launched this week, so check it out if you're interested. I'm sending you guys so much love, and I will check in with you in 2 weeks' time.